So this is the neighbour's jacket, and yeah, so I really like that lining. It's pretty cool with the birds there. And yeah, so it's a tweedy wool, and yeah, all needs doing on it is altering the sleeve length. And yeah, so I am going to have to take off one of those buttons and move it up to here. And as you can clearly see, I have pinned it ready. Yeah, so this is going to be a bit of project for me. So yeah, I have to get the quick unpick out, and yeah, so I very carefully take off all the the lining and everything, and yeah, configure the size and everything and put it all back. I am actually going to hand stitch everything so it's neater, and also I can make hidden stitches. So yeah, hopefully they will be pleased with that. Right, it is about 9:35 in the morning, and yeah, I am going to start my neighbour's sleeve jacket alteration there. And this is just the pins marked for the final length. I've already removed one of the buttons and I will stitch that back on, but that's so basic and it will be the last little thing to do. So yeah, so now I just need to get the quick unpick out, and yeah, start going along there and make the alteration. And yeah, like I previously said, in Friday sews I am going to do some hand stitching, and that way at least then it's hidden stitches. And also, you know, just between you and me guys, wool kind of hides any maybe imperfections. Not that I will be imperfect doing this, and I was obviously writing my comments back, replies to everybody that had commented on my Friday size video. And yeah, you really gotta kind of step up and do a really good job when it's something for somebody else. So yeah, no error for stuff up. So yeah, fingers crossed. Can you imagine if I was asked to do a zipper? I'd be like, no, I'd have to decline, wouldn't I? It'd be absolutely shocking. So yeah, so this is going to be my Saturday morning, and I'll come back with you guys maybe during the process and or when I'm finished. And I'm also watching Pauline from the site edit. He's the lovely Pauline, and yeah, she will be keeping me company while I do the sleeve alteration on the neighbour's jacket. So I'll link her lovely channel below. Righto, that did not take too long, just to take all the stitches out. So this is all the inside. The lining has now been removed, and yeah, so it's sometimes really good to actually look inside garments. This is what fascinates me, and kind of seeing down to the skeletal structure of the garment. And yeah, it's like when you construct something, if you do not know how to construct it, and obviously you follow instructions and or tutorials, it's almost like you're kind of sewing blind. But I always find, for me anyway, that if you deconstruct clothes, the answers are already there, and you can kind of then work out how you get to the journey. So from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, 4. And although you're going backwards when you are taking things apart, for me personally, I just learn better because you're seeing everything that has been created. And yeah, I think it's invaluable, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, so it has now all been taken apart, and now I just need to make the adjustment and stitch everything back together. Right, so on this sleeve I have finished this mitered corner, did all the hand stitching there, I have folded in the lining about a ½ inch, just a smidge under, pin that, and it is good to go to hand stitch that down. And then all I need to do after that is reattach 3 of the buttons, so I needed just to take a few more off. And yeah, when I have done that, completed it, I will show you guys. Okay, so one has now been completed. All the buttons have been stitched back on. The basting tick that was in the original, I have re-replicated that, and yeah, all stitched throughout, hand stitched everywhere, and yeah, managed to get that mitered corner there. So all in all, pretty pleased with that. And now for the second one. Righto guys, just a little bit of a teaser. I know it's probably really obvious, and just before I am starting to sew and alter the second sleeve, I kind of put it on a hanger because I just wanted to kind of double check things. And yeah, can you kind of see this tailored jacket is not exactly very tailored when it has come to matching the stripes. So yeah, I believe it's actually quite a basic thing, and I think it's just their button placement, because you can kind of see a little bit of buckling there, and when you follow down to the hem you can clearly see that one is slightly higher than the other. So it could be just that I could actually go in and just move the buttons slightly, and yeah, see if that will also match the stripes. But yeah, I'll get back to you on that. Righto, so I have now taken the main front buttons off and re-stitched them, and made sure that the lines matched up as best as they possibly could. And yeah, obviously it's going to be a slight deviation, I guess, when obviously the jacket's worn around the contours of the body, but that's as straight as I can get it. Both the cuffs are now completed, and yeah, pretty happy with that, and let's hope that the neighbour is happy. It's always going to be a little bit nervous when they put the jacket on after you've ordered it, and then I've got to kind of make sure that my measurements were correct. So yeah, it is now completed, so fingers crossed that he will like it and it fits.
School? No, the way that she kept them warm. Yeah. So I was going to say we kept Marilyn. This is slippers, teacher. Yeah, I like slippers, yeah. And he was a skilled sewist, wasn't he? No. And fabric. Between the pattern and the fabric, you just knew he was going. It was wrong, wasn't it? And you sort of think, I get the fact they probably Dirty Dancing. I've never seen Dirty Dancing. Really? Oh my God, I've seen it about 90 times. I can probably tell you the dialogue. That she probably did, Linda, but it was a different genre. I got one, and then she did loads of different, all the different patterns.
Right, evening everybody.
Evening, Anna.
How is everybody? Okay?
We're fine.
Cool. Righto, now I believe I found enough shade under these trees. So, yeah, it is now Friday and I have just come. There's a little robin that's right next to me. Yeah, so it is in the arvo, only arvo, and before Titty kindly does the editing and gets that all completed for me, I thought I would come in and kind of just talk through what I have been up to. And yeah, apart from kind of the jacket work, there's, yeah, not a great deal that's happened sewing wise. I did take a project with me this morning and I had a revelation. I actually went out midweek to the same place where I go Friday morning, and yeah, I've never been there in the evening, and it's a completely different feeling, you know, when you kind of go somewhere semi regularly, when you go at a different time, it's a different feeling. So yeah, it goes like that sometimes, doesn't it? And yeah, I had a special project to work on. I mentioned that last week, and it is a memory cushion for a lady's late husband. And yeah, I've kind of cut things out so far. I will show you the progress on that, and yeah, kind of the progress on my blue pants. Yeah, not much progress to be fair over the last week or two, and yeah, I have just stitched down the pleats. I'll flip the camera around and show you. It's such a beautiful day again today, and yeah, every single day it's just been really bright hot sunshine, which, okay, I know that sounds really weird. I don't do sun, even though kind of most of my life has been in the sun, but yeah, I know that's really strange. It's just I'm very sun sensitive, and yeah, even with clothes on I can burn through clothes, so I have to be very careful. Don't know why, just a little bit susceptible to things like that. And yeah, so just show you guys what I have been up to and what's arrived. And also I have sent out one of the items that I have been making for one of two people, and yeah, I kind of want to finish that today and send the parcel out to the other lady. And yeah, we got caught up on Zoom yesterday. Had a catch up there with Pink Door Ladies, which was always wonderful, which you would have already just seen anyway through the pictures. Also, for those of you that follow me for a little while, you know Claire from Claire Who Makes Things, wonderful lady, and she gifted me a little gift, which I'll show you that as well, and I'll show you the progress on something that was inside that I was able to create, and that has now been completed. Yay, go me! So yeah, this was the beautiful handmade gift that Claire had created for me, with the beautiful little putty cats on, and on the back free motion embroidery and little fish, and had some goodies inside, and one of which was a little felted creation, which was this wise owl. And yeah, I have completed him, and here he is. So thank you again so much, Claire, if you are watching. What do you think of this little guy? Yeah, so really pleased with him, and he can be displayed on my shelf either in the living room or in the bedroom. So yeah, he was pretty straightforward to put together. And yeah, if you guys would like to think of a name for him, please put it in the comments below. Be fun. Right now, talk through and tell about the progress on the Macars M7726 pants, and I am making view D, which is here, so the wide leg pants. Yeah, I'm not overly enamoured with kind of the slimmer leg there, and yeah, possibly may do a shorter version later on, view C, but yeah, this time it's actually view D, guys. Well, I'll show you as best as I can, and yeah, so I have completed the pleats on both the front pieces here. This is what I did this morning where I go, and also added in the pocket, which is there. And yeah, if I flip it over, you can kind of sort of see the pattern pieces can be a little bit strange for pocket and pocket linings. Yeah, so these are the traced out pattern pieces for the pocket bag. So this one is pretty straightforward, nothing kind of unusual about that one. And when you start to look at the second piece here, it's only until you come up here, and yeah, just the design feature there of how that style is. And I've just flipped it inside out so you guys can see. And yeah, so I completed all this morning, and yeah, not too bad, came together relatively straightforward, which is always good. So yeah, that's the progress so far on these front pieces. I have previously completed the pleats on the back pieces probably about 2 weeks ago now, so yeah, a bit of a slow make this time, but kind of, you've got to be in the headspace for it, don't you guys? Righto, moving on to the memory cushion. So the lady passed me over a couple of her late husband's shirts. These now have been cut out, and this is going to be the back, so she has easier kind of access if she needs to obviously take off the cover and hand wash it. So I'm not going to do zippers. You guys, never in a million years am I going to do a zipper on something so special. You know they're my arch nemesis of worst things ever. And yeah, the only thing is I have obviously tried out to see if the buttonholes match, and unfortunately, as you can see, they are just slightly out of alignment, so I am going to have to take off individually all these buttons and yeah, re-stitch them on so then they match with the buttonholes. Okay, this is what hopefully the front will look like, and came up with the idea using the sleeve so it's almost like her husband is cuddling, and I thought that was really wonderful and sentimental. Now the image here is an image that her husband took because he and I used to go out and photograph together, and I eventually found somewhere that printed on fabric. I used to be able to print on fabric, but unfortunately, as you guys previously know, yeah, something kind of went a little bit awry with that, and yeah, I haven't kind of broached that subject yet with the friend of mine, so yeah, I kind of need to get back into that and yeah, put some man pants on and brave up and get a conversation going about that. But anyway, that aside, this is what it is going to kind of look like, and yeah, this is what I brought with me on Wednesday evening, because although I know what I am doing, I just kind of wanted somebody else to give me thoughts, ideas and things like that, just so I don't stuff this up, because this is going to be something that's treasured and loved and extremely precious to the lady, and there is just no space for any errors whatsoever. I may add a few buttons for embellishments, I do not know just yet. And yeah, so it was really hard kind of actually taking the scissors to his shirts, because it's like you kind of only get one chance, don't you? Also, one of the ladies who's my friend Emma, she had also suggested maybe I would do like a little heat mat and kind of incorporate that, so when Jill, the lady, receives this cushion, she can just unbutton the back and slip in a separate little heat pad cushion, and I'll just fill it with rice and lentils, and if she can warm it up in the microwave and yeah, put it inside, and she can kind of hold the cushion, maybe it feels warm, and then it feels like she's getting a snuggly huggle from her husband. So this is where I am currently at with this project. So yeah, I am going to go out again on Wednesday evening to the place that I go, and yeah, kind of just continue this. So I'm not brave to do it on my own, guys. I know I can, but yeah, it's too special to kind of go alone, I guess. Also this week, both of my sewing magazines came, so we have Love Sewing here, and kind of like that cute little cockatoo bird there, and the pennants that came with this. First up we have McCall's M8090, and I kind of like that tiered thing, but I do not know if that's kind of my style. It's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit too oversized, I think, for me. This pattern, however, I really do like, and I like all the views. Now, although I do not wear long sleeves very often, I actually like view D with those sleeves. I don't know, kind of a bit of a classic look going on there. So I will decide whether to actually make view D or not. But yeah, C and A there are both cute little shirts. So obviously you can see one has a collar whilst the other is omitted. Simply Sewing is the other sewing magazine that arrived, and neither of these at the moment I have looked through. You get a little kind of, I don't know, like a little pocket sized alteration thing. I've not looked inside yet. And also this month you actually get 4 patterns. So first up is something called the Fiona set, and that's kind of the look now, isn't it, with these gathered and tiers. Then we have this pattern here, Emilian jumper it's called. I don't know, did I mean sweater? And to me that just kind of looks like a long sleeve tee. Then there is the Honor tote bag, and yeah, pretty straightforward. That would actually be good to make kind of like for grocery bags, which I kind of need to get my hiney in gear and start making some more grocery bags, because then that way you can decide how large that you want them, either widthways or depthways. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I do not need a pattern, but it's kind of good as a go-to pattern, as reference maybe. Anyway, the 4th pattern is something called the Orion set, and yeah, it is just kind of, okay, that must be the model's own jeans, because here on the line art it's kind of just depicting this pattern here. So you get the separate part of the shirt front there, tee, top, whatever you like to call it, and yeah, so the dress then follows there. So yeah, they are the patterns and the Simply Sewing this month. And for those guys that follow me, you already recognise this because I've made an Ogden Kimmy. Now I'm hoping to kind of eke out maybe view A. You never know. I think that fabric would work for the view there. Let me know what you think. And it's just such a beautiful soft drapey linen viscose, and I really think the colour is delicious, and yeah, the pattern, it just complements each other really, really lovely. Righto, so I just need to show you guys these two books that I was lent this morning. And yeah, I kind of just flicked through of these Tilda books, and whilst doing so, let me find the page, and there was an adorable, where is he, next page, little cockatoo. Look how adorable those guys are. Yeah, so I got to get me making these two, and not entirely sure about the rosette, but yeah, and not entirely sure if I would really like to put a spike up the bird, but I may do a little hanging or some sort of thing. But yeah, that's really adorable. So yeah, let me know if you guys have these books. And yeah, I think I've got one or two of Tilda's books. They're not thick chunky books like this, they're a lot thinner, and this is the other one. And yeah, I used to kind of get all the makes books and things like that, sewing, you know, all the craft and all sorts of lovely books like that from the library. But yeah, just a flick through of this. You guys may already have these books, but yeah, it's always great for inspiration. And yeah, I really like shabby chic. I know this is very girly and feminine. I suppose a little bit more masculine side of shabby chic, as in like blues, lilacs, purples, greens, not pink. Yeah, pink. Peach is okay, and coral, I really like that. But yeah, so that to me is more pleasing. It's a little bit more, you know, softer, kind of masculine, I guess. One for a bit of description, you know what I mean, guys. As opposed to that one, that's very feminine and girly. So, but it, you know, we're all different and we all have different styles. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy going through these books and seeing kind of what little ideas and inspiration I can pick up from that. But definitely those cockatoos, awesome. Hello guys, that has kind of been my week, kind of just finishing off a few things, and yeah, starting a couple of projects that kind of need to be completed. And yeah, let me know what you guys have been up to, even if it's not sewing, and how you all are. So yeah, that is it for my week. I am absolutely cooked now, guys. See, this is what I do for you. I go out in all weathers, and yeah, I'll bring you what I can. Also, just quickly, just tell you guys what I am wearing. A bit of a sneaky peek. So it is my Vanessa Pouze tee, and I've kind of got army made on today. I've actually got some summery pants on, and yeah, maybe in TE will insert a photo just so you can kind of see the combination together. And yeah, so apart from underwear or a bra or socks, outerwear is army made. Go me! Righto guys, have a wonderful week, whatever it is that you are doing and or up to and or going and or coming back. And yeah, thank you so much always for supporting my channel. If you like this video, please give me a quick thumbs up, and take care everybody, and thank you so much for stopping by. It's way too sunny. Way too sunny. Even in a little bit of shade. And yes, now a plane amongst all the traffic. So I'm grappling with the sun, the noise of the traffic, the noise of the plane. I don't mind the noise of the birds. The birds are beautiful.